I think we're going to go next to Donnie. You're back over here. Donnie, you snuck in on me on the backside there. Awesome. Donnie, same question to you. Tell us a little bit about your production and what brought you to eXp Realty.
Yeah, hey Jim, good to see you again. Production, we've got I think about 24 agents taking leads right now, 4 or 5 more onboarding. We'll be somewhere between 400 and 500 this year. We've been in growth mode pretty heavy, so we'll go from 321 to 450 or so this year. We're in Memphis, Tennessee. Came over to eXp I think October 26th of 2020, and honestly, I was just tired of paying a brokerage as a team a few $100,000 a year for basically a couple free offices and nothing else, and having a broker compete against me after he took my money, and set out to open my own brokerage, and because of the money, and realized that I could not give my agents the opportunity from my own brokerage that I could give them at eXp. It probably would have been amazing for me to build that asset, but the agents would have been in the same position they would have been in with anyone else. So we made a decision to come over to eXp instead, and it's been pretty amazing.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Donnie. You hit that on the head. At eXp, you can build your own company inside the company without having to become the broker. You could be a broker, but you don't have to be the broker. You don't have to have any of the liability, none of the cash infusion, and you can grow it as big as you want and have all the benefits. And Donnie, same question. Lead generation tool or process. What's the most effective? Help these people sell some more houses. They're here. They're waiting to hear what you got.
Sure. Man, all the above. So to feed a team of 30 agents, I need about 1,000 leads a month. So we do a lot of lead gen, and we will do anything we can, so to speak, as long as it's legal and ethical, right? So first of all, I would say don't rule out anything. Almost every lead source works as you work it. I think somebody else said that. They may have a longer cash conversion cycle or even a lower percentage of cash conversion, but it doesn't mean it doesn't work. So that's number one. As far as our lead sources go, we've got about 20, but the vast majority of our business comes from our top 4 or 5. We do old school sphere of influence, as well as Realtor, Zillow. We're on Zillow Flex, as well as Facebook, radio, Google AdWords. Those are kind of our top 5 or 6 sources.
Beautiful. I love that. Great answer. Interesting. Donnie, secret sauce. Hit us up.
Yeah, so for you late risers, you can be successful getting up at 7. I just want to tell you that. So I was definitely going to say consistent and disciplined implementation, because I don't think there's any secrets out there. I think most people just don't get up and treat this like a job or a business every day, and everybody else kind of said that. So I will add, be honest with yourself. That sphere of influence that didn't sell with you, was it, and you got mad about it, was it their fault or was it your fault? Have you honestly contacted them consistently and tried to get their business? That lead source that didn't work, did you honestly work every lead as hard as you could? Well, maybe it was you, not the lead source. If you're telling yourself that you do this because you love people, but if a lead comes in that's a $20,000 house versus a $200,000 house, and you don't want to help that $20,000 person, then you're not doing it because you love people. You're doing it because you need the money, which is fine. I say just admit it. So just be honest with yourself.
I love that point you just brought up, Donnie, about the value of a client is not just based on what they're buying at that time. There's a lifetime value to clients. When it started selling real estate in 97, our average sales price was $79,000 back then. And we have some people now that we've sold houses going on double digits over 25 years. So great point on that, Donnie. I love it. And we're in it to help people. Love it. That is great. I'm going to go down here to Donnie. I think you're done typing. Good. Donnie, what is your, this kind of goes back a little bit on what we were talking about. What does your daily schedule look like? And how would you time block it? A lot of times agents get lost in all the stuff. What does a successful agent, what's their daily schedule look like, and what type of time blocking do you do?
Sure. So I'm a big believer that the vast majority of agents would have a much, much better business if they would just time block the first half of their day to produce business. If you produce business and take care of business the first half of your day, the last half will usually take care of itself because you'll be on appointments or handling admin work if you're still doing your own admin. I get up at 7 o'clock, or I really get up about 6:45. I'm usually working at 7. I do admin work from 7 to 7:10, and that's just clearing out emails and all that. I want to get all that out of the way. I'm a coach. A lot of my coaching friends disagree with me on this. They say agents should not get on their email before they get on the phone because it's going to be a distraction. I'm a big believer that most agents are going to worry about that email while they're on the phone, and you should get that email out of the way. That way you give yourself permission to not worry about it, to turn the phone and the email off for a couple hours so that you can be productive. So I do admin for an hour and 10 minutes. Then I do a morning huddle with my team Monday through Friday to make sure they're up, awake, and ready to work. There's a clue. I have them up at 8:10 on the phone, ready to work. We get off at 8:30. I make phone calls to my sphere of influence. Even at this level of production, I still call Monday through Friday to our sphere of influence. I market to all of them myself and do all the marketing to them for the team. So that's usually an hour, maybe I schedule an hour and a half. It usually only takes me an hour. I get done with that early. I would try to squeeze in a couple of agent recruiting calls for the team. And then the rest of the day, I pretty much have appointments, whether it's a coaching appointment, whether it's an appointment with an agent that I am talking to about coming to the team or the office, whether it's an appointment with one of my agents. Every now and then I'll go on a listing appointment, but I'm pretty much out of production. So most of those appointments for me are hiring, training, and motivating my agents the rest of the day.
I love it. I love you got the schedule and you got people up and at it. The old saying is this, right? The only part of your day you can ever control is the morning part, because you can have the SHTF happen in the middle of the day, a closing blow up, and boy, that's it. Your day is blown. And if you were waiting to do lead gen till later in the afternoon, it can be gone, and that can mess that up. All right, we're going to go down here to Donnie. Donnie, when your business is falling behind, where do you go for a booster?
Oh, wow. Man, so the theme today is definitely discipline and consistency. And I've always kind of doubled down on staying active and making sure I'm doing what I need to do. I actually tell my team the story of how when I was first starting and went full time and had done well, and then maybe I'd have a month where things were going slow, and I'm like, oh, I guess I'm going to not sell a house this month or whatever. And she's like, shut up, you always sell a house. And the thing I always did was make more phone calls. I built my business on sphere of influence, FSBOs, and expires. Back in the day, I used to sell about 60 FSBOs and 60 expires a year. And the only thing I knew I could control was my activity. I couldn't control who said yes and who said no. I couldn't control, what the market did, who expired, who went FSBO, who sold FSBO. But I knew I could control my activity. So for me, it's always been more of the same, if that makes sense. The stuff that I knew would work if I worked hard enough, I just did at a higher level.
It makes a ton of sense. Back to the basics. See the people, tell the story, and everything else will come out in the wash. So well done. Love it, love it, love it. I'm going right now to Donnie. Donnie, we're going to talk a little bit about failure, right? John Maxwell says to lead with failure. People, they can learn from their own mistakes, but it's better to learn from someone else's mistakes. So let's go, Donnie. What issues do you think limit your success? It's a tough one.
That is a tough one. What issues limit your success? For the average agent, I think it is just having their big why and being honest about what they're doing and why they're doing. Meaning, when you work on that deal for 60 days and then it falls apart and you don't get paid any of that time that you spent away from your family, what gets you out of bed to keep going the next day instead of laying in bed with a glass of wine all weekend, right? I think that's probably it. And then I think there's some people that are just a little bit weird and are going to get up and keep going anyway. For people like that, like myself, what limits me from success is probably being too center focused, meaning you can't just always focus on the goal. As a team leader with 30 team agents, they all have different personalities, and most of them are not as strong of a high D as I am. So I have to not just be focused on the final result, but also be focused on loving those agents. And remember, they're not just agents on the team, they're also my clients, and I have to take care of them. That's just one example. But I think as team leaders and high producers, we have to be really aware that not everybody is wired like us. And neither way is right or wrong. We just have to remember to show some compassion and not just be focused on the final goal.
Yeah, no, I love that, Donnie. We're not dealing with robots, are we? We're dealing with human beings. So there's your notes here as the moderator. And I want to thank all of you for taking a step out to help improve your own real estate business. And if you're somebody who's taking a look at EXP, get back with the person that sent this video to you. Look, here's what we've got. You heard from these great icon agents giving away their secrets. Look, we have leads. We have a way for you to generate leads so you can sell more houses. We have the best compensation plan in the real estate industry, hands down. We have revenue share. We have a monthly reoccurring revenue stream. Our founder, when he created EXP, shares back 50% of the revenue every single month back to all of us, the agents. You can build equity in the company. You can actually build a nest egg over time by simply selling houses and talking to agents. We have great training and mentorship that's included. We have healthcare. We have an incredible community of collaboration. We believe in collaboration over competition, an awesome hybrid office where we have a cloud office, as well as we have physical locations that you can share. And we're 63,000 agents and counting, and we're in 19 countries, and we are expanding around the world. We're going to change the world. We are a movement. Get back to the person who invited you to take a look at this. And for those of you who are looking, we can't wait to see you up here and be an icon one day and hear your story and have you give away the secret. So thank you so much, everybody. Have a great day. This ends iConversations for this Friday. We'll be back next Friday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern, and of course 8:30 Pacific time and Central and Mountain in between there. So thank you, everybody. Have a great day. Good luck to you out there. I hope you get a ton of listings and buyers over the weekend and you crush it. We'll talk all of you very, very soon.